Last one. Okay, so it was either on M7, M8, M9. I can't really necessarily tell you which one it was. But whenever we were doing it, and I had this right here, I kind of told you, I said, well, if you have a square root and you have a blank, those undo each other. What undoes square rooting? Squaring, right? And if we're solving, we're basically undoing the problem to be able to get to what we had to start with. So if we're solving, we want W by itself. What is with W right now? A square root. So I need to get rid of the square root. How do I get rid of the square root? I've got to square it. But if I do it to one side, then I'm going to do it to the other. So that square and that square root undo each other, and all I'm left with is W. Then I have 5 squared, and 5 squared is not 10. It is 25. Basically, the square root of 25 is 5, so that's how you would kind of check it if you wanted to. Same thing with this. I want to get V by itself, so I'm going to square it. If I square it, then I'm going to square that side. The V and the square root take each other away, and the V is right there. Now, the square of 1 over 11 is 1 over 11 times 1 over 11. What's 1 times 1? 1. What's 11 times 11? 121. So that's going to be your answer. I want to get D by itself. So you always work from the outside to the inside. So we're going to take care of the square root before we take care of the 10 to be able to get D by itself. So I'm going to square that side and I'm going to square that side. And I'm going to get rid of those. But D plus 10 is left. And 9 squared is 81. You subtract 10 and you get 71. I'm saying 71 is the answer. Now let me show you what happens. If I just gave you 9 plus 10, okay, and I said D is 71. If you put 71 in for D, and you had the plus 10 still there, what's 71 plus 10? 81. What's the square root of 81? 9. What's that right there? 9. So I was able to check it to make sure that I got the right answer. Now the answer is 71. I shouldn't have circled that 9. But that's how you would figure out if you got it right or wrong. You want Y by itself, so the first thing you're going to do is get rid of the 3. It's a negative, so we're going to make it positive. Now we want the square root to go away, so I square both sides. 2 squared is 4. The square root of square is gone, so Y is 4. Subtract the 3 and get 6. Negative 11 plus U is still there. Square and square to get 36 equals negative 11 plus U. Plus 11 plus 11, 47 equals U. The C is on the inside right now, so if it's on the inside, then we're going to divide by 12 first. 12 divided by 12 is 1. That's wrong. So I square this side and I square that side. The square root goes away and C is left, and 1 times 1 is 1. Subtract 48. Subtract 48. The square root of negative 25 plus W equals 20. Square both sides. Negative 25 plus W equals 400. Add 25. 425. Add the 9 first to get the square root by itself. Square both sides. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by negative 2, and you get negative 16. Add the 3. Square, square, 14 times 14 is 196. Subtract 17. Divide by -1 because s is not by itself yet. I did a lot of that in my head. I did all of that in my head, so if I got it wrong, let me know. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on this one. This is the term right here with u in it. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of the 7, 9, which is a whole lot better than 23 whenever I divide by 3. Square, square, and back at 9 again. Minus 16 is -6. Okay, so if you have square root equals a square root, well, your objective is to get rid of the square root, right? So if we square this side, then we have to square root that side. What happens? Well, it's amazing. So the 2 in the square root goes away, and the 2 in the square root goes away. So basically, you're left with -2q equals -4q minus 2. Add the 4q. Add the 4q. That goes away. -2 plus 4 is 2. Equals -2. Divide by 2, and you get -1. Same thing. You square, and you square, and you go away, and you go away, and you're left with -10. C plus 8 equals -4 minus 14c. Let's move the 14 over here. So we move the 8 over here. -10 plus 14 is 4. -4, -8 is -12. Divide by 4, and you get -3. We are finished with Unit M.